she called me saying that she had an STD.
So you consider this STD test to be bullshit, but not all the going out to eat?
Yes.
It wasn't. So don't try to come in with that. Don't try to make yourself look like the good guy out of a sympathy play.
Lucas, I'm 25 and I'm currently living in Houston, and this is the financial audit.
The financial audit. It's back again. So thanks for coming over to Austin. And what do you do for a living in Houston?
I have 3 jobs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So first job is, I guess the day job, Monday to Friday mornings most of the time. And that's, I inspect welding using x-ray.
How many Monday to Friday morning? So it's just like, what, 6 to 10?
It kind of depends. Sometimes I'll come in like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Some days I'll come in at 11 a.m.
How many hours a week are you working that job?
It's very inconsistent. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Like since the storm hit Houston,
Mm-hmm.
the week that the storm hit, I didn't work at all.
Makes sense.
The week after the storm hit, I worked 1 day.
Mm.
And then the week after that, I finally
Is there an average? What are you, Thanos? What is happening on your hand right now?
This is probably the number one reason why I'm in debt.
Really? Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Sorry, it just caught my attention. We were just chatting for a little bit, and I literally did not see it.
Put them on before we started. So
That's funny. Okay. Never had a ring in my life.
I don't think any of these are gonna fit you, to be honest. But
Nope, probably not. Well, I don't know. Actually, our fingers are pretty similar. But okay, cool. So you don't know how many hours you work at that job?
it's not consistent. But I say a base 40, just average, because sometimes I work 60. So
Across all jobs?
no, across that one job,
A month.
a week,
60 hours.
sometimes.
And you worked 1 day.
No. So the Monday
The
to
week
Friday,
after.
some day, like, so for example, like some days, like 3 days a week, just depending on how busy it is.
What? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm confused. What are your other 2 jobs?
Okay, the other 2 jobs, I'm a bouncer at a bar.
Oh, okay.
That I usually work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. I probably get somewhere close to 20 hours a week just doing that.
And your third job?
Third job is I work at a jewelry store. I'm an office associate technically.
Is that where you got those from?
Partially. Some of these I went to a custom jeweler.
How many hours a week do you work at that one?
That one is a lot less. I usually work like once or twice a weekend, or not a weekend, a month, but like
on
weekends.
average, how many hours a week do you work through all these jobs a week?
Varies, but
Average.
I'd say around 70.
Okay, so that's what you meant. Okay. What's the best paying one? And what's the worst paying one?
Well, hourly rate, it'd be the bouncer job.
Is the best? Or
Hourly
worst?
rate.
Okay.
Well,
Less hours. And the worst?
The jewelry store job.
Okay, that's the worst. So why are we working 70 hours a week right now? And then also, why the f*** are you in so much debt working 70 hours a week? What are we doing here? Because let me tell you, the progress wasn't really made.
Yeah.
I'll let that be known.
Yeah. So, it started before I was working 3 jobs. In all honesty, I had to basically get the third job for 2 reasons. One, struggling with paying the minimum payments.
Just the minimums, okay?
Well, one of them I'd put more into than just the minimums.
Yeah, but you were struggling to literally just pay only the minimums?
Yeah.
Okay. So your needs were just out of control?
Needs / exploits, I guess you could say, or splurging on ridiculous.
Yes, okay, sure.
But yeah, and then the second reason was I got the day job, because before I was just working at the bar and then at the jewelry store. But so I had a girlfriend for a year, and we broke up for a year, but we were still having
Classic.
and she said she was pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I got to, start busting some ass and really try to get out of this debt that I'm in.
Yeah, you should have busted her ass.
Well, yeah, that or just pulled out. But,
Look at how satisfying he is. He's so happy with himself.
But then came June when the baby was supposed to be born. So me and her weren't living together.
Oh, sure.
But we were planning to move out a month after the baby came. Because the first month, the baby's really susceptible and not really supposed to go outside much.
Were you seeing her during this time? Did you see her through the pregnancy?
Yeah, we were together, but not living together, and then we working 3 jobs and hardly had time to really do stuff.
Okay, go on. I'm intrigued.
So apparently early June, she went to the doctor because she wasn't feeling well. She didn't tell me about this. Okay. And when she went, basically she found out that the baby wasn't mine.
Oh.
Yeah. So
interesting.
But she didn't tell me that.
Were you guys exclusively diddling? Or
I think we just didn't talk about it.
Fair enough. Okay.
But yeah, she definitely didn't let me know that she had anyone else.
Sure.
Let alone unprotected.
Okay.
Yeah,
risky. Definitely risky.
What was I saying? So
she had a baby that's not yours. Yeah, she found out.
Then, after she found out it wasn't mine, she still went ahead and she gave birth to the baby without letting me know either, and just kind of let me, I guess, just continue to think that she was still pregnant because we just hadn't seen each other.
Very curious to see how this got you in debt, but go on.
And so then, at the end of last month, or the beginning of last month, she finally went ahead and told me that the baby passed away.
You mean last month? Like last month?
Yeah.
Like from right now? Okay. Wow. Really?
Yeah.
That's tragic.
It was, definitely one of the worst feelings you can imagine.
Yeah.
Let me sit with that for about 2 weeks until she finally told me the truth, about...
What the f*** is happening? Okay, what? What was the truth?
The truth is she had with someone else, and that's
that
baby.
Truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
Did the baby die?
No, the baby's healthy. Baby's fine.
So she told you the baby that you thought was yours died?
Yeah.
Instead of telling you that she f***ed someone else?
Yeah. Because she knew that basically she was going to lose me, and, she loves me.
How does this mean you got into debt?
Well, no, I'm explaining why I got into the 3rd job and why I really started. Oh,
because you were ready to start working for the kid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get it. And now are you maintaining to hopefully get out of debt or?
Oh, yeah. I just, with that situation, thinking that my baby passed away.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I still was in the mindset of like, well, I still have to work because I still have to pay everything that I owe, at least make the minimums. Mm-hmm. So the fact that I didn't really have the opportunity to take off work and really grieve was very unfortunate. The same thing happened last year when my...
Remind me, how long did she allow you to think you lost a child and then say that you just never had a child?
So she allowed me to sit with that for almost 2 weeks.
Honestly.
Makes mistakes.
That's... and mistakes are okay to do, but this just happened, so she's a bitch right now, and hopefully she grows beyond that. But that's f***ed up. That's f***ed up, because one, you did kind of lose a baby twice.
Yeah.
You thought it died, which is the worst, but then also the baby that you thought was yours, you also just realized just isn't yours.
Yeah, but it was a big relief though.
Sure.
Having the baby was fine because before that, it was a wreck. No lower point in my life, and then after she told me the truth of everything, I went and got hammered at a bar with my friends.
Okay.
Gotta,
And this is why you're in debt, because you got hammered with your friends?
No.
Why the f*** are you in debt? Why are you in debt?
I'm in debt.
What is happening? Well, okay. I'm sorry. It's a sad story. It's the wild story. Interesting, wild, but why are you in debt?
I think when I was younger, I just, at first I started off with $10,000.
What's younger?
Like 3-4 years ago.
Okay, sure.
I thought, like 10,000 wasn't too crazy, and then it just continued to snowball. And
10,000 what? You went into $10,000 of debt immediately?
Not immediately.
Or you had 10,000 like credit limit and you thought that was what are you talking about? 10,000 not too crazy.
Basically with some of my cards combined at like, a couple years ago, it was already around $10,000.
Their balance.
Yeah.
Balance or their limit?
Balance.
Okay, so you're at $10,000. Gotcha.
And
through what? Just like bullshit? Just like around?
Rings.
Rings. What are you rings? What is this? Is this like an obsession?
So it's I don't know. I mean, they're really nice to look at, like, and I feel good when I wear them.
You're not gonna almost get another woman pregnant if you keep wearing those.
Well, I don't wear them all at the same time.
It's actually good birth control.
Oh, then maybe I should wear them more often.
I'm just kidding with you. But is this like so a lot of the debt was because of these rings?
I say a significant part because so with one of the cards, which is where I put most of, I guess, the funding towards these, I guess you could
funding
say.
Towards these. So what? Walk me through this. Well, how much costs what? What is what?
Let's see. This one costs approximately around like $3,500.
Oh my, kill me. Okay. Wow.
Green diamond ring. Kind of got it partially for the Eagles. One diamond, like one green.
Yeah, I
diamond
guess you can see it's green if you're like literally like this close to it.
Yeah, but represents the one Super Bowl they got so far.
Yeah. I should try harder next time.
And then this one was actually the first ring I got. This one was about $2,500.
Okay.
I got this after Kobe passed away.
And he was purple?
Well, it was Lakers.
Okay, sure.
And then
I don't know that sport.
This one, so like I said, I mentioned to you earlier, I go for the Angels and the Dodgers.
Yes. That's baseball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
sport where nothing happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So the center one represents the Angels World Series win. The 6 sapphires represents the 6 World Series they won while they're the LA Dodgers, and then the one Tanzanite represents.
It's a very sentimental rings. And how much was this?
This one was probably the most expensive.
How much was it?
The center stone.
How much was it? Well, how much was the center stone?
Center stone was almost $2,000.
But it looks like it's fucking like bejeweled or something. Like, I don't. No offense.
No,
but like.
Yeah. I mean,
what?
But yeah, this one probably ran me close to $4,000 altogether. $4,000, and then this one, the center stone was $1,000, and then the rest of the ring itself was probably another $2,000 on this one. And then I have both my gold chains. So both of these are about $2,500. This one used to be longer, but I cut it down.
I want to make fun of this so bad, but I just really don't like. It's just okay.
So yeah. So, but the one thing is, when I put this on the finance card.
Card. It's called the finance card?
No, but I mean, as the jewelry
financing?
The
jewelry stores card. Yeah. Their financing card. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
very obscure with the words you say, like a very general term, just hoping I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, they offered deferred interest.
Sure.
For 12 months.
Oh, you betcha.
But of course, me not really being responsible.
Okay.
I didn't pay it off in those 12 months. So if you don't pay it off in those 12 months, all that interest gets slapped on.
When did that get slapped on?
After 12 months after I purchased.
When did it? Are you kidding me? Okay, sorry. We're best friends. When did that hit?
Well, I bought these all at different times.
If you're still investing on basic brokerages like Robinhood, for the love of everything in this world, consider switching to better alternatives like Moomoo, which is my personal favorite investing app and the official brokerage partner of this channel and the sponsor of today's video. Just like Robinhood, Moomoo offers no commission fees on US stocks, ETFs, or options, and no hidden costs, contract fees, or minimum deposits, which is crucial. However, this should be a basic requirement when choosing the app that you want to invest on. But unlike Robinhood, Moomoo offers you a sophisticated investing experience that will meet at whatever stage of investing you're at. If you're still newer to investing, then hit the books in Moomoo's Learn section and develop strategies using their paper trading tool. If you're a veteran to trading, then cancel that Bloomberg terminal subscription and go take advantage of Moomoo's insane suite of analysis and research tools. So if you aren't investing on Moomoo yet, then click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on screen and you can receive up to 15 free stocks after making a qualified deposit. And for everyone that's still stuck using basic brokerages like Robinhood, bring those portfolios over to Moomoo and they will cover the ACAT transfer fees and give you up to $300 in cash rewards. Thank you to Moomoo for supporting my audience's financial future and for supporting this channel. Now back to the program. When did the deferred interest hit? The deferred interest.
I guess this one hit March 2022.
Okay, a couple years ago. Okay.
And so that was.
So has this been rolling? The debts has been rolling?
Pretty much.
It's been rolling.
Because I was paying minimum payments on these. And
is that your collection? Is this your entirety of
this
things?
Is all I really have to show for.
Do you how often do you wear these things?
I don't wear them too much
anymore.
anymore.
Let's sell them.
So
great.
Think about that.
So lack of sacrifice. Okay, yeah.
No, the thing is,
sure.
What I came to find out when I tried to sell, I guess, this chain.
Okay.
Even though I get 50% off at the jewelry store I work at, what I would get offered.
How do they have margins on that? Or are we saying the margins are already like 95%?
Well, I think you also have to put into perspective the work that they pay the jewelers to make it.
Okay.
So I think it's partially. And then whenever you go and sell it to a pawn shop, for example, they only pay for what the gold is like worth in the sense of weight.
So even though you get 50% off,
I get 50% off. I'd only make about 50% of what I bought it for originally.
You'd only make. So you got it 50% off, but it's only worth 50% of that. So it's worth 25% of what the sales price would have been.
Pretty much, if we were to sell it through a pawn shop.
Did you buy?
I was unaware.
Through a pawn shop? That's not the only way to sell it, though.
It's not. You can try to sell it privately.
Yeah.
But it's more difficult. And most people on there are trying to lowball you as well.
Of course.
And only want to pay what the gold is worth in the sense.
If you sold all this, what would you get conservatively? All of this stuff that looks like you could buy it from the dollar store.
Less than 10,000 for sure. Maybe 5 to 6.
Okay, 5 to 6,000. Do you still have the debt on these things?
Yes.
What's the interest rate on the debt of those?
Approximately somewhere between 25 to 30.
That's insane. So you lost 50% of the value immediately. You lost 50% of the value immediately, and then there's an additional 30% you're losing on the balance.
True.
That's insane.
But if I were to hold these for longer, eventually they will be worth more. Because the price of gold goes up.
Oh, so you're going literally just off the price of gold.
I mean, it skyrocketed.
Yeah, during the inflationary period, gold hedges well against inflation, absolutely.
But, I mean, it's just not as fast as...
Well, not only that, is it appreciating at 30% a year?
No.
Is gold appreciating at 30% a year? No, I don't think so, is it?
No.
Last 10 years, gold is up 22%.
I think it's 22%.
For the last 10 years, and you're losing 30% a year. So sell it and get rid of it. What are you talking about? In what world is there that makes sense? And also, that's a return in terms of investments. If I invested in the stock market and I only got 20% over the course of 10 years, I'd be changing fund managers. I'd be changing index funds that I'm investing in.
True, but I think it's just the fact that the amount that I've spent on them and the amount that
20
I'll
years,
get
20%.
for them.
No, that's can't. This website must. 1 second. I want to price this correctly. Let's get gold futures. Okay. Last 5 years, gold future. Yeah, 60%. Okay. Well, that's different. All time, the GCW00 is up 39.9%. I'm the price of actual gold, like, I don't know. I don't chart that because I don't follow this.
It's pretty complicated.
Yeah.
But I mean, if the dollar ever becomes worthless, I have gold, which always holds its value.
What did you just say? I was just looking at this, but I feel like I just heard something moronic.
I said if the dollar ever becomes worthless, then gold is always worth something.
You think that is going to be your main concern?
I'm just saying it.
Buddy, people are going to shoot you if you have gold if the dollar becomes worthless.
I have a gun too, though.
Yeah, they're going to have like a bazooka or something. I don't know. All I'm saying is that's not going to be the concern when, no offense. Yeah, I mean, you are technically right. Mm-hmm. Technically. But if the dollar is absolutely worthless, the number one economy in the world leader, the military superpower, if it goes absolutely worthless, stock market collapse, no economy. Bullets and rice. That's what's going to be traded.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And I apologize to the audience. I'm trying to get some good price tracking on gold and a live view, but this is absolutely, I can't find any good real tracking things here.
Yeah, it's pretty inconsistent.
But either way, I know it doesn't, on average, compete with the S&P 500.
That's correct. I was trying to think of something else I was going to say. But yeah, I think it's just the fact that the amount that I spent and the amount that I'd get back makes me want to just go ahead and just hold it. Because on that card that I owe now, it's approximately 6,000 or so, 6,500 maybe.
Okay.
So I see a light at the end of the tunnel compared to what it used to be, or I guess it never exceeded the credit limit, but I don't plan to spend more money on these items anymore. No more jewelry for me. I mean, I might eventually, once I'm in better situation, because I do have the stone for this last ring, but not so much the funds to make the ring yet. So it's just a stone that's just sitting there.
That's really more important than your future, to be clear. No.
But like I said, eventually, when my situation is better, I would like.
Why don't we speed run it though? Can't you? You can get things like this in the future. Like this, no, for what it's worth, none of these are about a lost family member or anything. They're about a sports team. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Money.com has, from when the United States ended the gold standard in 1971 to now, the average yearly return, all up, all down, for gold has been about 7.7%. It's not horrendous. It's not bad. But again, you're losing 30% a year on it. That's where it's very different. Of course, I'm aiming more for a 12% return on a yearly basis. So again, it's not where I'd put my money. That being said, I know that it can be used as a good inflation hedge. And you are losing a lot of money on it because you're at 30%, which is absolutely ridiculous and beyond stupid.
Well, we all make mistakes when we're younger.
Yeah, but I'm just saying maybe we cut our losses. Okay, well, let's get and your financial situation. Mm-hmm. I would like you to give a score from 0 to 10. Where do you think you are? 0 being the worst, 10 being the best.
Oh. About a 2.
Okay.
Because like I said, I mean, struggling to make minimum payments.
Yeah.
Isn't great. Mm-hmm. It means I don't really get a chance to take time off. Hence, with, the passings and things like that. I mean, that's what's really been, I guess, the hardest part about being, trying to make the monthly minimums, was that, I can't afford to not work.
Yeah.
So
if you want your Hammer Financial score, free link in the description below. Also, if you have interesting stories, if you have I guess a bunch of rings or something like that, a bunch of chains. Interesting stories, different things like that. Feel free to go to calebhammer.com/apply. We're always happy to take a look at every application and consider people to come on the show. Let's start going through the debt. We've been talking about, just an interesting story from you. It explains how you got a job. Doesn't necessarily explain how you got in the debt, but I do understand the jewelry part. But we have a Best Buy card here. Are we in a Best Buy credit card because of jewelry?
No. So originally when I opened that up, I went to just buy a laptop, and they offered, like 12 months deferred interest, I believe. And
yeah, you're great with those. You're great with the deferred interest. Have we learned any lesson?
Well, that one I did pay in time.
Okay. Well, I'm seeing a credit card balance regardless.
So
one that's not being paid off, by the way.
So the thing about the Best Buy card, eventually I started using that to pay for my now dog that passed away last year.
Yeah.
I used to use it to pay her basically her allergy pills, because she had really bad allergies. And those were expensive, and my brother wouldn't pay for them. My sister was in college. My mom doesn't make much money, and my dad's definitely not going to pay for it.
Yeah.
So it was mostly set on me to pay them, and they get pretty expensive. So every month, every few months, just depending on how I wanted to do it, I was spending money purchasing them, and it just kind of just stacked up until I eventually tried to pay it off.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That was a whole lot of nothing. No offense.
Yeah.
I get trying to take care of a sick animal, and that is okay if the only situation is to put it on debt, but then we do everything in our power to pay it off.
Yeah.
It was a horrible explanation for why you're not paying it off now. It's all you bullshit spending. You make a payment towards it, and then you immediately build the balance all the way back up.
Yeah, I mean that
was just a lot of bullshit. That was just you've tried to do a sympathy play to try to make yourself feel better. I understand why you got it there in the first place, and then you pay it off. But it looks like you could have paid it off because you put money towards it, but you immediately f***ed it by going out to eat every second of your life. So you're allowing interest to accrue. We have a balance of $1,112. $23.70 of interest is accruing, $30 minimum monthly payment. You put $856.88 towards the card, which is incredible. Yeah, let's pay it off. But then you racked it all the way back up again with $721 spent. So, what is the purpose there? That was not to take care of a dog. It wasn't. So don't try to come in with that. Don't try to make yourself look like the good guy out of a sympathy play. Because no offense, that's going to piss me off. Because guess what? It's all bull spending. Well, so I don't want someone to be fucking with me, because that means you're not taking accountability of your actions. That means you don't actually care about getting out of debt. That means you don't actually care about paying off this card, because you're going to try to make it sound like a sob story instead of what's actually happening right now.
So what I was using as my day-to-day usage card was my Platinum American Express card. But when those minimum payments became too much, I started using the Best Buy card instead. What does that
tell us? Why in your mind are you allowed to continue this lifestyle if all the money you were spending on going out to eat, all these little purchases stacking up that were all your choice, not needed to survive in any way whatsoever, why do you think that we then just move it on to the next card? Because something was getting stacked up too much for the minimum monthly payments, so we couldn't afford it. Instead, maybe we act like a mature adult and just manage a budget.
Well, the minimum payments on Best Buy card was a lot lower.
It's not about the minimum payments, buddy. If you racked up too much on another card, how does it make sense to continue that lifestyle onto another card?
Yeah, now that you put it that way.
And you try to say that this is because of a dying dog? It's not.
I said why I opened up the card, and then how I guess continued.
I just care about why it's where it is today. And why it's where today? Because you put a big payment towards it, but you immediately spend the money.
Yeah. Trying to think of all the things that I guess spent last month on using the Best Buy card, but I don't really remember most.
You don't remember?
I know most of it's food.
Yeah, and that's okay.
I try to be affordable when it comes to food. You know, go to Domino's, get a large pizza. That way I eat.
And that's more affordable than get meal prepping and doing your own food.
Well, $8 for a pizza, 3 slices per meal.
Mm-hmm. And are you affording that right now? And is that exactly how you do it?
Yeah, I do 3 slices per time I eat. So I'm able to get almost 3 meals out of one pizza for $8.
Yeah, go for yourself. You try to lead me down a thing again. You went to Domino's 4 times in the month. That was 4 out of the like 25 going out to eat purchases. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Stop trying to fuck with me.
So the food truck is for whenever I'm at work.
Right next to everything there. X next to everything that is bullshit. Everything that is bullshit. Right an X next to it.
As in bullshit, like
bullshit.
Food?
Bullshit. Things that don't matter. Things that are not improving your life. Things that, I mean, they might give you that instant dopamine hit, but things that are not necessary in your life to survive and that are making it harder for you to pay off debt. This can't be that challenging, buddy.
I mean, it's just all food from what I can see.
It's just all food from what I can see.
To be honest, except for the Amazon one, but that was
X next to every bullshit purchase.
Let's see. Oil come from? Oh no.
Oh, buddy.
It's hard to see exactly which ones are where.
Buddy.
That's
it? So to be clear,
that one's upside down.
So to be clear, you are saying that the food truck here wasn't bullshit. The food truck there wasn't bullshit. You going in and buying a drink from Circle K wasn't bullshit. You're saying that Shipley's Donuts wasn't bullshit. Going into Buc-ee's and getting something wasn't bullshit. Even Domino's, you're saying wasn't bullshit. Going inside 7-Eleven, getting some bullshit. Going to the food truck wasn't bullshit. Domino's, going inside Chevron wasn't bullshit. Sonic drive-thru wasn't bullshit. You mark Amazon as the one bullshit thing, or LabCorp?
Yeah, LabCorp ended up being kind of a just in case thing. It was for, I guess, to check just in case I didn't have any more or any STDs.
Sounds like the one thing that's not bullshit.
But the thing is, so another thing that I didn't mention was basically around May, she called me saying that she had gotten an STD, a curable one, but she blamed
Which one?
chlamydia. She put blame on me.
Yeah.
This is, like I said, I didn't know she
Even though she was getting raw dogged.
Or
by many.
At one point by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Even though last time I had someone else was protected.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I didn't know that she had anyone else, and she made it seem like she didn't. So,
so you got chlamydia?
I did.
Oh,
well, actually,
rip.
I guess technically it never confirmed I had it,
Oh, okay.
but
you took the medication to be safe.
I took the medication.
So you consider this STD test to be bullshit, but not all of the going out to eat? I'm so confused. There's like no hope here. What? Like, how do you, if that's your mindset coming into this, I don't even know what to do.
Well, so
how are you possibly saying that going out to eat every second of your life, Raising Cane's, the food truck again, more Domino's, ramen, Domino's, Amazon, Chick-fil-A, food truck, Yarrow food truck, Raising Cane's, Domino's, going inside a gas station, getting some bullshit, Domino's and Amazon. How are we Not saying that that's bullshit. And mind you, you are putting this on a credit card that you are unable to pay off that is a 30% interest rate and is accruing interest. So how in the possible world, in your mind, is that not bullshit? Your X's next to the bullshit? That's a joke. Those are the X's of a child. How in the world are those not bullshit purchases to you? In what way are they not?
Because they're less than $10.
Less than $10 for a single meal. If you're meal prepping, we can get meals down to like $4 a meal. $3 depending. Actually, we got our meal prepping down to $3 a meal. $3 a meal we got down to.
That's what I mean. The Domino's is pretty much $3 a meal.
Do
like
you
I said,
even know how much
pizza,
you spent going out to eat?
No.
Buddy, oh pal, oh guy, oh man. I want to give you free money right now. I've partnered with different resources that will literally give you hundreds of dollars the moment you sign up for them. Check out my investing app of choice, Moomoo, where they give you up to 15 free stocks and 8.1% interest on your uninvested cash when you sign up with my link. Do you want a more traditional savings account? Check out where I keep my emergency fund, SoFi, where they'll give you 4.6% on your money and up to $250 for signing up with my link. Would you rather have automated investing? Sign up for Acorns with my link and you'll get $20 right now instead of the usual $5 you'd get from your friend's referral. You can also sign up for our investing program and get $100 in cash deposited into your Moomoo account. This is the best way to learn what your investing profile looks like and what investing strategies to use based on that. All of this free money is linked in the resources section of the description below, so don't pass up the free money because I'll punch you. Should we play game number 2? May as well address it in this moment because you clearly have no idea what is going on with money in general in terms of what's bullshit, in terms of anything important whatsoever. So here's a little game I call Don't Be a Dumb F***. And this is debt payments. The amount of money that you put towards your debt, you will put here. Your needs, you will put here. Your bullshit spending, you will put there. Needs are needs, basic needs, your minimum requirements to survive. This is how much money you brought in last month. Do your math. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Go ahead, allocate away, buds.
Say most of this goes to here.
Okay, so you put $2,000 to debt on a monthly basis?
Around.
Are you even putting effort into this? You're just picking up the different... Do you even know? What are you doing? Do you even know your life?
I mean,
this is okay.
Food is still technically a need, but I want to say
yes, you're doing it in a dumb way. I'm talking groceries, not eating out.
And
give us the breakdown. How much is there? How much went to debt?
So 2,000.
Okay, 2,000 went to debt. How much went to needs?
Needs. I mean, I mainly just put the gas that I spent, $250.
How much? Okay, you put $250,
and then the rest, which I guess this is 75. Or almost 1,000, so around 800 some change towards BS spending.
So in the end, you think net that went towards paying off debt was 2,000?
Yes.
Net. After everything, after you spent on cards, after you did everything, net was 2,000.
Well, as in the sense of like how much I sent out, not including what I eventually spent on cards. So like basically around my minimum payments would altogether is around 2,000 that I would send. Okay.
Well, $3,068. $3,668. $3,568, sorry. Okay. That went towards that, but none of it really mattered.
Okay.
Because
kept spending.
Because net in the end, after you're spending on the debts, only $234 went towards it. Not 2,000. Well, that going out to your needs, $250, and your bullshit was $800. Well, we have $540 going out to eat, and then miscellaneous bullshit, $288, and then unknown shopping. That's usually Amazon. You know, for your case, a lot of it was Amazon. That was an additional $590. You're dramatically overspending.
I think a lot of the Amazon was for the car parts.
And what is your rent? Because no way it's less than $250.
currently, as of right now, I'm living with my parents, planning to move out in October.
Okay.
Because I moved out of my apartment in May and decided to just stay at my parents until the baby came and get an apartment a month after the baby was born. So currently with my parents, but not for long, hopefully. I was planning to move out in October since I am traveling a little bit in September.
All right, let's keep going through the statements, because what this tells me that just your finances in general are all over the place. You don't know your spending. If you ever built a budget, so that's the important part of this exercise, is you didn't know how much you were spending on bullshit. In debt, I mean, you put less to it than you thought, but again, net, you put basically nothing towards it. In general, you put it all back on. So it's just kind of a mess, man.
Yeah, I never did a budget. I was always kind of like, let me try and I guess not spend.
How's that going? You're spending up on a 31.49% interest card, so I don't think going well.
Could be better.
Platinum card. This one's huge, buddy. So is this the one you were spending on, and then the minimum payment got too big, so let's start spending on a different card instead?
Yeah, exactly.
$710 minimum monthly payment.
Before it used to be more.
Sure, but that's still absolutely insane. And you want to go get your own place? You want to rent? You're going to rent with that? $5,658.53 is the overall balance. Why are there new charges? You're doing it again. What's the point? What is the point? It's like you don't give a Yeah, this budget, you're right. You don't know how to budget. You've never budgeted. This, you don't know what this is. That just goes away. That's nothing to you. Benji? Benji. That's what you say. It's fake money. I didn't just break the law. Like, I don't get it. I don't get your intentions here. And then again, when we mark next to bullshit spending, you just didn't. One, you don't know how to use a credit card, so you need to use something like the Fizz card, a charge card that forces you to pay it off early. And two, go through our budgeting program. Every guest on our show gets access to the budgeting and investing program. Go through it. I promise it'll actually help you manage and stick to a budget. We'll build you a budget by the end of this, so it'll be light. And you need to figure out how to actually go through your own, manage your budget, and build it out yourself. Because this is absolutely insane. You paid off from the pay in full $611, but you put $543 on it. Then you also spent an additional $1,000 pay over time dollars, where $116 of interest was accruing there. Plus, so total $1,610 was spent with $116 of interest. And you want to move out.
Hopefully.
And you almost... Okay. NFLshop.com. Great. Yeah, that's what we need to survive, right, guy? Chick-fil-A. Wonderful. Hulu. Not really anything on there anyway. I'm watching The Handmaid's Tale for the first time.
I get that mostly for free, though.
Mostly for free. $20. I don't think you know what money is.
No, it's because it gets reimbursed to Amex. So the
100%.
Yeah, except $1 maybe. So because I get $20 audio or video.
Mathematically, it's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing. Okay, fine. But then you went to Shop Bar and some restaurant there, then some restaurant there, then Amazon, then the Little Pitties Rescue. What is that? $214. Did you get a new animal? Sorry, Little Pitties Rescue is $50. Amazon was $214. Charity. Charity to yourself. Buddy, you're living at home because you can't afford to live anywhere. And I'm okay if you want to live at home, but you can't afford to live on your own because of all this bullshit, because you decide going out to eat is more fun than anything. I mean, going out to eat itself, again, I could get you on a meal plan, $250, $300 a month. Safe, conservative, healthy meal plan. You're spending $550 going out to eat. And again, clearly you are not prioritizing paying off debt. Clearly you are not prioritizing wanting to get your own place. Like, you say these things, but clearly they are not a priority to you. Domino's is. More Amazon, more Domino's, plane tickets, Spirit. Where are you going? Where are you going? What do you think? You think you can go anywhere? You can't go anywhere. You can't afford to go anywhere. What are you talking about? Where are you going?
Well, so if I were to go down the places that I'm going from basically next weekend all the way to September.
Where are you going? To the end of September. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Okay. So next weekend I'm going to Denver.
Why?
Visit my sister.
your sister. Get out of debt.
And probably catch a baseball game.
Okay,
Cheap
definitely
tickets,
not that one.
cheap tickets.
This is the one I'm relatively okay with if we do it in a smart way if there's something happening.
And I'm staying with her, so I don't have to worry about hotel.
Yeah, but you also can't afford the plane tickets. And the baseball game, out of the question, stupid. Nothing happens at them anyway. Plus, you'd have to get endless beer to get through it. So, like...
I mean, pregame.
Yeah, which you'd spend money on anyway. So stop. And the next trip, this next magical trip, you don't care.
Oh,
what are we doing here?
No, so
what are we doing here? You don't give a shit.
The Ohio one does matter.
Ohio. Yeah, everyone's
My sister's
dream
getting
destination.
married in Ohio.
Okay, very good. Cancel the first sister trip then. Go to the wedding.
Well, I mean, if I cancel, I'll get a fee for canceling the flight.
Yeah, and what would the fee be versus...
I mean, the ticket was only like $80.
Yeah.
Round trip.
180. Spirit. Unless that's for a different one. Plus another Spirit
That's a different
60.
one. Different one.
Okay. So the wedding, I can excuse a wedding, do it as cheap as you can on a budget. Next. How many travels are you doing?
So, I mean, they're only like 2 to 3 days max. So the second week of September is the Philadelphia trip that I'm going to. Planning to watch that Sunday a baseball game, and then
Buddy,
Monday the Eagles game.
What? Shut up for a second. Like, I'm sorry. What the f are we doing here? You don't give it. You really don't. Why are you here in this show? Why are you in that seat? When someone else who wants to pay off debt, people come on. Yeah, they have crazy stories. They have crazy financial situations, but they actually do want to get out of debt in the end. You're going on all these vacations and you're not willing to sell those. Yes, for a loss, I know, but you're not willing to do anything. Why the f are you here? I'll be honest. I'm not liking you right now. I'm kind of grossed out.
So
Baseball, that's more important than making any progress. Guys, dominoes, it's a smart investment. Like, why are you in this chair? I like having a good back and forth, a little digging in on someone. That's fun. But you're just being a dumb...
I realize that I don't make the best financial decisions sometimes.
Okay.
But
revolutionary.
Like I said, after the situations from last year and this year with I thought I'd lost someone very important to me, it made me realize that I want to be able to take time off
Take time off? Oh, you're taking time off of work.
For the possibility...
You're not even surviving.
For the possibility to, I guess, mourn.
Fine.
In case...
What?
Like, in case it were to happen again, like, I wouldn't be able to...
Okay, well, now you're just living in fear. Like, you're not going to make good decisions for your life if it's only based in fear. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. Do it.
Okay.
There you go. Do it. You're never going to get out of debt. You're never going to be able to move out of your home. You're going to be living there till you're 40. You're never going to get out of debt. You're never going to budget. You're never going to actually live a healthy and good lifestyle financially or, eventually all this kind of eating will catch up to you. Trust me. Go ahead. Do it. Your life is going to be and that's fine. If that's the life you want to live, great. That's not the life that we teach here. We teach people how to actually take control of their money and live a better life. You don't give a about that. You're taking these trips. That's what you care about. So I don't know what the we're doing.
I want to get better.
No, you don't. Show that in any way whatsoever.
I can't after I leave.
No, I don't think so. I mean, one thing we talked about, and I know I was going to bring it up once we got through the cards. I know you just got a payment. You got a payment coming in, right?
Yes.
And you might put that towards your debt.
Yes.
Some of your debt. And it's $10,000, right?
Yes.
Great. It's not based on your earning. It's not based on anything you did. It's because you got in a car crash.
Yeah.
It's something that happened in life, and you're getting this extra thing.
And
none of the progress you have, there is no progress, one. But even that, none of it is based on your own actions. And you're not sacrificing anything to do it. So again, I don't know what we're doing here. And I'm sure I'm probably coming across like an ass. But I feel like being an ass because you're around. I had you cross off what you think is bullshit. And even at least people that come into this room, and yes, we have intense back and forth and stuff, they at least know that going to Chick-fil-A for $15 is bullshit. Like, I don't know how you don't think that. That's ridiculous. And now you're talking about all these trips that you're going on? that you're going to be going on, you're not going to stop them. You're not willing to even talk about considering getting rid of those. So what the man?
I considered getting.
I'm legitimately kind of pissed off.
I considered getting rid of these, but like I said, it's just
consider. Then you stopped, and then it doesn't matter. Amazon, Chick-fil-A, Bar Louie. Went in a gas station, gas and drinks. What are you getting? Monster Energy drinks? I assume they're not bullshit to you.
to these.
Oh, great. That's necessary for life.
I mean, when I have to wake up at 4 a.m. after getting off late, sometimes.
Brew a cup of coffee. Shut the fuck up. You know why you're waking up at 4 a.m. and why you're getting off late? Because you don't have any money. You know why you don't have any money? Because you keep building up your damn debts. So go ahead. Again, continue this lifestyle. Go for it. I support it. I do. If that's what you actually want, go for it. But you're waking up at 4 a.m. for the rest of your life. So no, because life is a little hard because you got yourself in a little bad situation based on your own actions, doesn't mean it's justifying you to make more stupid actions that are keeping you in the endless cycle of being in a place. In no way is that justified.
I do want to get out of my situation. I do want to not have to work.
Fine, I'll give you a chance.
For a long time.
You want to get out of the situation. What are you going to do? What's your plan? What sacrifice are you making? Go ahead.
Well, one, I would like to hear what you think I should do.
Not a magic pill.
But good advice is still good advice.
Yeah.
And I mean, just do my best to make more sacrifices and not make the same mistakes that I made in the past. I mean, I don't really know much more else that I can do.
You don't want to make the same mistakes in your past. Okay. Sure. There's a relatively general broad statement. What the f are you going to do to not make the same mistakes? What actions are you going to put in place? What are you going to do? What are some basic things? Actually, you know what? I can help you with that part. I want to hear why. Why?
Why do I want to get out of my situation? Or
yes.
Okay. Well, it's very uncomfortable, like I've mentioned. Just the fact that, like I said, I can't really take more than a week off ever.
Aren't you taking weeks and weeks and weeks off for this? These travels.
There are no more than 2 nights. None of them.
Yeah, but how many are there? Do they not stack up to more than a singular 5 days?
Yeah, over the span of
Sorry, go ahead.
Month.
Sorry, go ahead.
But
I know, I'm obviously on edge. Go ahead.
But yeah, and I want to eventually get to the point where I can help my parents.
Okay.
And I mean, there's other things I want to do in life too. I want to create a clothing brand, and kind of hard to do, in debt.
Listen, any amount of wants, I'm happy to hear because they can give some drive behind getting out of this. Unfortunately, I really just wanted to hear something like, not about like, I want to go get ice cream or I want to do this. Like starting the company, that stuff's good. But what I was more hoping to hear, and what's making me a little more nervous that this might not have the longevity your want to get out of all this and making the sacrifice necessary, is I was really hoping I would hear something like, right now, this is so stressful for me. This is making it so I feel like I don't see a future, and I want to see a future. I want to see a future where I'm able to be independent, or I'm not going to bed with the weight of debt over my life. A lot of the people that get out of debt that have been on the show, they are in like a last case situation. There's nothing else. There's no potential for a future. But your want is so that you can go on vacations, and that's okay. That might be what kind of pushes you. But I'll be honest that I don't know if that is going to be enough, because a lot of the time, the reason people change their situation around is because they get to rock bottom. Not being able to go on vacation is not rock bottoms. So is that enough of a drive to fully get out of this? I don't know.
I mean, I am stressed. It's a continual thing, so it's a feeling that I feel all the time. So it's kind of just like at this point, I'm just kind of I guess, used to being stressed out about financial.
And you've accepted it to this point because you haven't done anything.
I don't want to accept it.
And why have you been accepting it then?
I guess because it's easier.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah, putting the head in the sand.
And yeah, I mean, like I said, I want to do better for my family, for my future family.
Okay.
And be able to do the things that necessarily like I would like to do. I have a comfortable future, and like I said, invest in things that I want to do, like the clothing brand. And also, I do want to enter the entertainment industry in some kind of shape or form.
Oh gosh.
Whether it be comedy.
Oh, okay. We might save some of that for the post show then. Let's save.
Okay.
I think Noah does comedy.
Oh, really?
And yeah, he does comedy pretty well. I've seen him do. So Brandon and him have both done like a few attempts at a jokes, and he's pretty funny. So I want to see you do some funny in the post show. So stick around for the post show. You can join the membership in the link below, and we'll do the post show. Extra 20 minutes after every episode.
I'll do my best.
Oh, you better. You want to make a career in it. $6,120 on this Apple card. $199. He comes in for the post show. That's why I brought him up. So he'll judge you. $199 minimum monthly payment. Oh my! Continues. PlayStation Network, Apple Bill, just whatever in-app purchases. PlayStation Network again. So we got a game here at $75, then $10 maybe for a subscription. Netflix, really nothing on there, unfortunately. Cinemark, great. Yeah, let's go to movies when we can't afford to live or on our own. Yeah, live in the movie theater. That makes sense. And another in-app Apple purchase. So I just don't know what we're doing. LA Fitness, fine with that. CVS Extra Care, fine with that probably. But again, it's just every card you're spending on. You refuse to allow yourself to make any progress.
So for the video game, my hopes was, I won't go out as much if I have entertainment at home at least.
That doesn't matter.
Worth the shot.
Is it? Because now you're still in debt, so $137 of interest accrued. Okay, another card. Oh, we've been going for a long time. That's okay. I'm okay with going for a while, but these take a toll.
Halfway done? Through the cards?
Better be more than that. $5,551.29 on this one with a $173 minimum monthly payment. $82 of purchases again. You're doing it again, man. I want to fucking strangle you. This is ridiculous. Your balance went up. What a joke. Because there's $121 of interest as well. You just this is why. Listen. At least some of the people that come on the show, even if they just seem absolutely wild and stuff, because people in front of the camera, sure, I get it, it happens. But they at least know not to spend on their cards. You, buddy, you have no indication of giving a single shit about getting out of this. And maybe you do walking away from here. And you know what? I want you to do the best. So yeah, I hope so. Mm-hmm. But there is no indication in any way whatsoever based on your behavior at all, not in a microcosm, that you care about getting out of debt, because you're doing nothing. You're just spending. And none of it's on anything important either. None of it. Except for the STD testing. Don't get chlamydia again. Oh, it's more travel. Don't get chlamydia in Denver. It's the worst kind. That high altitude chlamydia.
I wouldn't know.
What is this? Oh, is this the financing of the jewelry?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you didn't purchase. And it's probably because you just didn't get another piece of jewelry. But for the first time ever, you've not purchased on a card. Kill me. Only making minimum monthly payment. $6,361.04. With a $161 of interest accruing. $224 minimum monthly payment. These are stacking like crazy. But again, you're not purchasing. Promotional plan expired. Wonderful. And those are what we have to show for it. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And they're all at 30%. Wonderful. That's a very good investment. We're going up 7% a year and also losing 30 on them. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have an Amex Gold as well. This really just does keep going. This is going to be a long episode. I know some of those segments earlier get cut down, but this is wild. Okay, $8,880.67 with a minimum monthly payment of $304. Kill me now. If you purchased on this, I don't know if you did yet, but if you purchased on this, I'm throwing a crayon at you. Bad. Naughty. Why? Why are we doing this? For $52. $52. It's not the most amount of purchases, but why are we putting anything on this anymore? Because this is my issue here. You're at $8,920. You made a big payment towards it. $310 is the minimum monthly payment, sure. But after the interest accrues of $217, if you even put just a little bit of money on it, sure, the $52 of new purchases against the $310 payments looks like nothing, but add that to the interest, and you only made progress of $40. And at that point, it's just like, what the your money, you're you're not utilizing money in any way whatsoever that makes sense. Any of this, I'm not even going to do some basic math. Because it doesn't there's no point. But literally, the spending that you're doing on these cards, if you opened up a brokerage, for example, Moomoo, that's the one I use. You open up your Moomoo, you buy into just a low cost index fund. It follows the overall market. Buddy, you're gaining that 8 to 12% a year, and that goes so you have a chance to retire. But instead, what we're doing with the minimum monthly payments that we're putting on this, we're just negating them completely because we're purchasing. Again, it's just the indication that you don't care. It's the behavior. Behavior shows that you don't. So a really exciting thing that you guys should be thinking about is we now have all these extra things with our YouTube membership program. You can sign up for our post show. We talk about extra drama for the episode that we didn't have a chance to dive into. Why would I want more than one stripper? I don't even want one stripper.
You don't f them. You just touch them and you move
Why
on.
would I want to do that again?
Because it's fun.
Is that?
And it's wholesome.
How is Caleb as a lover?
I would give it a solid 9.
How do you get to a 9?
I just don't know how to answer that because, I just do. For the upper tier memberships, all the people from the crew from over there, they come together, they make a crew cast, and they talk about the behind the scenes content and how we do everything here.
I think he's a bit on the husky side, personally.
That's brave.
Twice a month, we have a live stream with you guys, and we hang out with you, we answer questions, we chat it up, we talk about the show, we just have a good time. As far as what I understand gooning is, I believe it's an endless edge, an edge without no end. It is an edge that never concludes. Actually, I don't know, does gooning conclude? And then most exciting, right here at this table with even more pie charts, we have an exclusive, uncensored, ad-free financial audit episode for the top tier members that no one else gets to see anywhere else. Consider joining because ad rates are always up and down. We're trying to build something great here, and I wanted to make sure to provide the best content and the most amount of content that's ever been in a YouTube membership. Link in the description below.
What does it say what that purchase is by chance?
Cheesecake Factory and 2 Uber Eats.
So let me explain partially. So with cheesecake, I get $10 off every month, but I have the gold card. And then for the Uber Eats, I get $25 a month on Uber credit. And sometimes
Hold on.
I need, I guess.
You've purchased $52, so the math isn't working out already. Still purchasing more than any kind of credit. And how's it working for you, buddy? Your balance went down $40 even though you put $310 towards it. So I don't give a simply, how would I? It's a 29% interest. Oh my gosh. This is the episode that never ends. Did you go to college or anything? What do you want to do for your career? Just in general while I write this down.
Currently thinking about it.
So you haven't gone to college?
No, not at all. I don't really.
Just like any guest, I'm happy
to
to offer you any course career certification, things like accounting, things like any kind of trade as well. They're doing that and lots of tech certifications. So we can do that. And then college degrees are also really good. The thing is, I don't want you to work in 3 different jobs for the rest of your life. It's great in a temporary situation, especially when you're trying to get out of debt. But that will take a big toll on your body and mental health if we're doing that over the course of 40, 50 years.
Yeah, so some of the things that I'm thinking about is thinking about joining the military, army, possibly.
You might need that structure. Not that people manage their finances well that do that. You might at least need the structure.
If not that, Hopefully, there's a new job that I might get. I to get an interview, but it would pay me more. It'd be a day job, and it pays around 20 something an hour.
Okay.
Warehouse type job.
And you haven't gotten this because
it just recently came up.
okay.
And then
So you're not even like in the process yet.
no, I just have to go and do the interview.
Oh, just the interview.
And then thought about carpentry.
Yeah, sure.
And that's
Do you have a passion? Because so far those are all over the place.
passion. I mean, like I said, I want to be an entertainer in some kind of shape or
that's
form.
right.
But also like writing.
You're very monotone though.
Yeah. Well, that's what kind of like how Dave Chappelle like has a very monotone for the most part. He's kind of a storyteller.
Yeah.
But mostly what my passion is I want to write stories, like scripts for movies or shows, and I have written a few. They just never gone anywhere because I don't really know where to go with them. In all fairness,
just like you don't know where to go with your debt because you have $2,708 on the city card and you have an $85 minimum monthly payment, $58 of interest is going. Thank you for not spending. Okay. 29% interest. No one's surprised. Okay, checking account, $1,804. This is like nothing of a checking account. I haven't had a checking account just one page in forever. Venmoing out $250 and Zelling out $20. Is that right? No, wait, no, you don't do that. What is that?
what
What are you Venmoing out $250 to?
bookie?
Huh?
It was for a bookie that I've owed a long time ago.
Well, why,
Lost the bet.
buddy? You are not in a position to make us any bets. You're already negative.
Well-
How do you want to? You really want to f this up more?
And I guess from what you can't see, I mean that debt or whatever that I owed him was from a couple months ago. He was patient, and then eventually he asked me for it, and I went and I sent it to him,
Yeah.
and I haven't placed any bets since. So
And please don't. Have you been placing a lot of bets before that?
I
Bets on
wouldn't say a
what?
lot.
Sports betting?
Yeah,
Of course you are. You need to get away from sports for multiple reasons.
better at football betting, but baseball is what kind of
You think your net is positive?
when it comes to football.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So last year, I would average around $35 like in putting towards a bet, and I mean that was like each weekend. So I guess 140, 150 bucks like that I would, I guess, wager. That'd come out about $500 a month. Nothing crazy, but
I'm glad you paid him before you got shot or something. Do I make a budget here? I'll be honest, I have no desire to, but it's just your behavior. You're going on these trips still. You're not willing to sell your ring pops.
I've been
So
trying to
this is-
sell my gold chain for what it's worth.
For what it's worth to you.
I could put more passion into selling it, I guess you could say. But I've been trying to get close to basically what I paid for it. Which
You're gonna do your basic budget, and then I just want to go to the post show because I want to hear your stand up or whatever. Your income, what is it? So what came in was, sorry, it's a mess over here. Always ends up being chaos. It's a chaotic show.
said it varies because of the day job.
I'm not counting the Zellen or Apple Cash or ATM, but well, okay, average then, yeah. Because instead of going off of this, average. What hits your account on a monthly basis? Average.
$3,400.
Okay. Okie dokes. Let me get your debt. Do you have a car debt?
No,
What do you have? What's your car?
it's a beat up Challenger,
And
2010.
How's it doing?
It could be better.
Is it gonna last?
Probably not much longer. I just got it fixed from my mechanic.
So to be
couple
clear,
weeks
you're
ago.
going out to eat and you're traveling and all this stuff is delaying your safety around your car situation because you could be piling up an emergency fund to be able to take care of that, either a repair or a new car.
Yeah.
But you're just saying, my future, dominoes and baseball games are more important. Your debt monthly payments without even a car or a mortgage is $1,731.45, which is ridiculous. You don't contribute anything to rent, utilities at all? Internet? Nothing?
This insurance for my car and also I guess my phone.
I'm talking about your housing. Okay. Yeah, sure. What's your phone bill?
It's like maybe it's like $100, something around.
Okay, I'd switch to helium. It's $20 a month.
And then
What's your car insurance?
about 100.
How much in gas a month?
250.
Okay, 120 there, 250 for gas. TP fund. Anything else you need to survive is $100. How do groceries work at home?
Yeah. What do you mean? Wait, what? I'm sorry.
How do groceries work at home?
Do
Do your parents buy them? Do you need to get your own?
As of right now, my parents pay for the groceries. Yeah. I mean, that's
There is no excuse to be in this debt. You are literally doing this to yourself. Nothing in the world does this to you. This was all you. And it's you justifying your purchases and travels.
I can accept that.
How much is the gym?
20. Well, after tax is $27.
Any ongoing medical health care, therapy, copays, prescriptions?
No.
How much was gym again? Sorry.
27.
No subscriptions. You honestly probably could if you needed to. You have room. This is, buddy. I'm sorry. You have not made me a happy soldier today. For those that get pleasure out of seeing me suffer, you'll love this one. $2,328.45. I mean, you have 1,000 left over. It's a joke that you have debt. It's a joke. In a month, pay off the Best Buy card. You don't really even need a 1 month emergency fund because you live at home. In a few months, pay off the Citi card, and then just pay off the Platinum, then the jewelry, then the Chase Sapphire, then the jewelry, then the Apple card, then the Amex card. I think in general, and it's going to snowball, I would do smallest to largest. It takes 36 months to pay off. You make more money. You can take it down even further, but it's a year and a half, right? Oh, well, sorry. No, that I didn't. Oh, I can't do math right now. It's 3 years. 3 years. Or you could probably make it 2.5 years if you work a bit more. You're already working a lot. 3 years isn't that bad, but probably not going to be moving out just yet.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I did that. We're going to obviously connect you with all of our resources, but this is just going to come down to your behavior, and your behavior in no way whatsoever indicates that you'll get out of this debt. Good news, you got that $10,000. Yeah, throw it to the debt. Again, pay off your smallest ones that you can. Then it should take you 2 years, It'll take you just under 2 years to pay off the debt. So that's actually really good. Forgot about the 10. So that's great. With that, you're done in a year and 8 months or so. Get a fully funded emergency fund. Call it 2.5 years. Boom, 2.5 years. You could bring it down to 2 if you're able to work more or earn more. And with that, you live an incredible life going from 27 forward. 50, 30, 20. 50% on your needs, 30% on your wants, 20% to investing. You're retiring a multimillionaire. You have a bright future. Just depends on your discipline now. And based on this conversation, I honestly have zero hope in it. But you can come on the follow-up channel whenever you want, and you can let us know how things are going. And I want you to prove me wrong. I really do. I really do. Hammer Financial Score. Make sure to stick around for the post show. We're going to talk about some things. Noah knows more about you because he knows everything about your life. He's been with you since birth, and he'll come in and he'll bring in some more questions that we didn't have to talk about. Okay. And we'll also talk about your stand-up, which I'm excited to see you perform, which I will force you to do
already, but
that's great. Spending in a budget. Technically, you spent less than you brought in, but it was still horrendous where it was going to. I'll give it a 3 out of 10 being generous. Debt, you don't have collections or IRS debt, but the debt for your situation is beyond stupid. 1 out of 10, which is the way you're doing an emergency fund. You have nothing to save in 0 out of 10 retirement. Do you have anything?
No.
0 out of 10. I'm not counting the chains as retirement. You can't even sell them, so good luck.
No, before you say.
Things going up in value are only as good as you can sell them. By the way, real estate 0 out of 10. Hammer Financial Score 0.5 out of 10. Make sure to stick around for the post show and check out all the resources linked in the description below. As they are what I use or would use in specific situations, including the best budgeting and investing programs that are now bundled at a lower price. Stick around for the post show.
Today on the Financial Audit Post Show.
The thing he marked down as BS was getting a medical check. And going out to eat wasn't.
At the end of the day, it's food. You know, like, I need to eat in order to...
Yeah? You fucking need to spend $600 when you could do it for $200. No, not even that. No, did you hear the thing at the end? Groceries are free at home for him.
No, I know.
So you need to eat. I'm sorry.
To watch the Financial Audit Post Show, click the join button below.